of an informed society. And to our guests and colleagues and friends, and I was hoping that some people bought tickets to invite their partners and supporters. Thank you for being here to celebrate this community. We live in an age where where the very definition of media is expanding faster than ever, from investigating documentaries to data journalism, from podcasts and very little on photography. Yeah, very little on photography. Am I not saying it correct? How many photographers do we have in the house today? That's one. Very little. It shows. But photography is also a big thing for journalists, so I would encourage everybody to take up that challenge. I know yesterday there was a training course on some photography with some partners from China. So next time when they come, please make use of that opportunity. You can tell a lot of stories with just one picture. So as we move into this evening, let's keep two things in mind. First, let's celebrate these achievements and for those that deserve it. Secondly, let's remember that the awards like this are not a fishing line. They are a reminder that the work matters, quality matters, and that the next story is already written, already ready to be told. Please enjoy your evening. Congratulations to all our nominees, and let the ceremony begin.
Somehow I don't feel that this is a room full of journalists, because I know my journalists very, very well. Toivo, is there a dance floor after this event? Is there? Because as a public relations practitioner, I know that's the fun part, right? So after all the official speeches, I think that's the highlight for every single journalist. But on a real, I think also just mentioning in terms of relationships with media, sometimes we underestimate the value and what we contribute to society. And I would like everyone to pat yourselves on the back and say, you know what? I'm contributing to society. I'm not seeing y'all pat yourselves on the back. I see you, I see you. You need to, because if you don't appreciate yourselves, nobody else is. But I can tell you, the readers, the viewers, the listeners, everyone is waiting for that next story for you to deliver. And Esther, rightfully so. I mean, right now it's all about the gram. It's all about pictures. Pictures speak a million words. And that story can spread like wildfire. So thank you very much, our Deputy Chairperson of the Forum. Without further ado, so there were past couple of days, there was training, and even today as well. I asked for a CV, and when you are in the midst of someone that has done so much, the CV goes on to 10, 20, 30 pages. So, Prof, I hope I do justice. We are not here for the whole night. But to place things in perspective, I think we should also appreciate who we have in our midst, especially those that are following us online. So between 1994 and 2010, I'm not revealing the age, no, I'm just saying the wisdom, that Prof headed up the School of Journalism and Media Studies at Rhodes University, South Africa. He was recognized as professor when he left the university to join UNESCO in 2011. His contribution over the years, they have involved him serving on the boards of media-related organizations, including the Open Society Foundations and International Media Support. When it comes to accolades and awards as well, he's been very instrumental in establishing so many bodies, even those that brings him here for today. He was a founder member of the South African National Editors Forum and served as elected deputy chairperson for a period. SANEF's Nat Nakasa Award for Integrity, very important, especially in digital age, in journalism, was bestowed on him in 2006. He's also a winner of the 2 Fulbright Awards. Can we get maybe some claps in between? Because I'm saying this and it just sounds very, please don't blush, Prof, don't blush. He is also a Digipol Fellow at Liverpool University and a Distinguished Fellow at Research ICT Africa, and that is only one paragraph of the extensive profile. You can also elaborate more. That's none other than Prof. Guy Berger. Please join me on the stage this evening. I love the humility. All yours, Prof.
Thank you
You're welcome.
so much. Good evening, everybody. Super to see you. Mr. Deputy Minister, wonderful that you're here. Chair of the Editors Forum, Deputy Chair, Treasurer, sponsors, distinguished guests, and those who are going to win awards. Hello. I'm here in Namibia because this morning I was asked by the Editors Forum of Namibia to have a workshop on the subject of media viability in this very room. You know, media viability is a big challenge behind the scenes. It's like, who's going to pay the bills? Whether it's your salary bills, to keep the lights on, the internet, you know, you name it. So that was our workshop. And when I asked people, what are your expectations? They all said, you know, journalists have a wonderful time because they socialize together. We people in the leadership, we don't have time. We never see each other. We want to hear what we are saying. So this was a great initiative, I think, of the Editors Forum of Namibia to bring people together. We also had a discussion about fraud, especially online fraud. The FNB speaker was speaking about those issues. And the journalists were saying, we are often used, we impersonated for scams. And that was part of the problem, because in fact, when we came to the viability of media, a lot of people worldwide increasingly are getting media indirectly through the social media. And the social media don't really care if you are being impersonated on the media. As long as they can get money, people paying adverts with impersonations for scam, media, the social media are not doing stuff. So that was one of the challenges to the media that was discussed then. We also discussed that there's another problem, that AI, if you go to Google nowadays, it doesn't give you links, it gives you an answer. That answer, especially if you use the AI mode, that answer is so full, why should people go to visit the media who produce the information that enables that answer? So media is carrying the costs, but nobody's even visiting directly because they just get the stolen content on these chat interfaces. So that's another very big problem facing the media. How do you keep going as a sustainable enterprise? And then we also discussed government. Mr. Minister, I must report to you that there was reference to the fact that 3 years later, Namibia is still waiting for the implementation of the Access to Information law. And then there was also discussion about, well, could government help more in terms of bringing this big tech more into some kind of positive relationship with Namibian media? Probably not by itself, but leveraging the SADC, Southern African Development Community. So I'll follow up with that now, because what we concluded at the workshop was the following. Number one, that media leaders need to invest more in direct relationships with people. So people know if you want the full truth, you go to the horse's mouth. Okay? You don't go through some indirect system. Second, direct relations with advertisers, because otherwise advertisers will use this automated system where most of the money is going to Google or Facebook and what's happening to the media. And the third group that media need to build the relations, direct relations, is with government, to have this kind of presence, participation, dialogue. So that was important that we came up with. Then we gave some very specific tasks that the EFN is going to follow up in. So just to wrap up by telling you these tasks. Number one, the Editors Forum of Namibia will be looking at if they should continue to allow these foreign bots to come and scrape the content from Namibian media websites and use it for other purposes, including competing with the media itself, because they can block them. So that will be something that the Editors Forum is going to be doing. Second thing is having a dialogue with the Namibian Competition Commission, because the South African Competition Commission just had a very good outcome that squeezed some money out of big tech, squeezed some training out of big tech, and an agreement that any support for media agreed in Europe or America should be repeated in South Africa. So if the EFN go to see your Competition Commission, they could say, maybe on a Namibian-initiated basis, the Southern African Development Community Competition Commissions can develop a common position. The third thing is to go to the CRAN, Communication Regulator of Namibia. What can CRAN do when there's stuff like this impersonation going on with these of editors, and the digital platforms are doing nothing about it? And then the last thing that they should do, the Editors Forum, is to reconvene in about 6 weeks' time and say, what's happening on these tasks? Have we actually got any results? Because the media leaders of this country are concerned that there should be, going ahead, a vibrant media, journalists having awards for excellence in journalism. The country has choice. The country has reliable information. I just want to conclude by reading you a quote, because UNESCO, where I used to work, are developing some guidelines on media viability. And in these guidelines, which we discussed a bit this morning, they said, if I can read my handwriting in the slide, media should maintain their editorial and organizational independence, while at the same time recognizing that the intensity of the crises that are beginning to face the news media from a viability point of view, this factor of these crises calls for an exceptional commitment to working for the common good and the long-term viability of the media sector, rather than purely for each publisher's own short-term advantage. So there you have UNESCO basically saying, EFN, continue working together, playing that leadership role in the society, ensuring you have a strong, sustainable media going ahead for this country. Thank you.
Wealth of information, and that was only a mere reflection within 10 to 15 minutes. And tomorrow, you're headed off back home. Safe travels. Thank you for making all the effort. You said it's not raining as much in Cape Town, which is a good thing. On with the program. So with every event, we all know we need to pay bills. There are some things that need to be paid. There's food. There are these beautiful chairs in the hall. And that's where corporates come in, not only just to pay bills, but corporates that understand and align their brand exactly with the purpose and the cause. So to deliver one of the addresses, I'm going to ask one very difficult question to this gentleman. So while he comes on stage, that is none other than Mr. Carpio Minar, the head of operations of FNB Namibia, the platinum sponsor of the EFN Journalism Award. Can we clock it? Thank you, Charmaine. Charmaine knows what clock it means. Carpio, here's the question. Please come a little bit closer to me. So there are so many initiatives that FNB can be involved in. Number one, why this event? And I know your speech is going to follow through, but I think in one sentence, why was this specific platform very important to say, yes, we want to be a platinum sponsor? And have you seen the impact? He's going to answer the question while I leave the stage. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ilka. What a difficult question. Not a sentence, a word. Yeah. Trust. FNB, we believe in trust. Journalism is that industry and also the platform that allows for the authenticity, that allows for the integrity, and also the scrutiny. And that's one reason why we've sponsored this event. Thank you very much, Ilka, Honorable Deputy Minister of Ministry of Information and Communications, Chairperson, and Deputy Chair. Thank you for also entrusting us. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is an absolute pleasure to join this evening as we celebrate excellence in Namibian journalism. To the Editors Forum of Namibia, thank you for creating a platform that not only recognizes outstanding work, but also reminds us why journalism matters. And every journalist, editor, publisher, and media owner in this room, whether you are receiving an award or simply being recognized among your peers, your work contributes to something much bigger than today's headlines. We are living in an age where information has become abundant, but trust has become scarce. Almost anyone can publish anything. A convincing story can circle the world in minutes. Artificial intelligence, like Prof also said, can generate articles, images, and even videos. And these appear authentic. Rumors can travel faster than verification, and opinion is often mistaken for fact. And that is why journalism is important, because it produces credibility. As a bank, we understand something about trust. Every day, millions of decisions are made because people trust us to protect what matters most. That trust isn't built through advertising. It isn't earned through technology alone. It is built over time through consistency, accountability, and doing the right thing, especially when nobody is watching. I believe the same is true for journalism. We recognize that many of you are navigating an environment that is more demanding than ever before. Newsrooms are expected to do more with fewer resources. Technology continues to reshape the industry. The pressure to publish quickly has never been greater. At the same time, audiences expect deeper analysis, greater transparency, and unwavering accuracy. Our late president, His Excellency Dr. Hage Geingob, once boldly said, "As a country, we want our media to be the freest in the world. We are talking about being number one, not just in Africa, but in the world." Those words continue to challenge all of us. Press freedom is not simply the freedom to publish. It is the responsibility to pursue the truth with integrity, fairness, and independence. That responsibility becomes even more important as technology continues to blur the line between what is genuine and what is manufactured. This evening, we are especially proud to sponsor 2 awards. The first recognizes the Journalist of the Year, an award that celebrates exceptional reporting, professionalism, and dedication to the craft. And then the second award is one particularly close to our hearts, and that is Fraud and Cyber Transparency Journalism. As a financial institution, we see every day how organized criminals continues to evolve. Fraudsters no longer rely on technical expertise anymore. Fraudsters test the vulnerability of people, and fraudsters build the trust before they actually steal the money. This award matters because the journalism recognized in this category does far more than report on financial crime after this happened. At its best, it prevents the next victim. Every investigation that exposes a scam, every article that explains how criminals operate, and every report that helps citizens recognize deception makes Namibia a more difficult place for fraudsters to succeed. That is why we believe that journalism educates, it protects, and it empowers. I'd also like to acknowledge the editors, publishers, and media owners here this evening. The sustainability of quality journalism is one of the defining challenges of our time. Behind every published story is a newsroom making difficult decisions about investment, standards, ethics, and public interest. Your leadership matters because trust does not happen by accident. It is built deliberately, every single day. Awards recognize exceptional journalism. However, trust sustains it. On behalf of FNB, thank you for the work you do, for the standards you uphold, and for the role you continue to play in helping Namibia make sense of an increasingly complicated world. We really thank you and appreciate you. Thank you very much. Enjoy the evening.
Trust. I got that word. Trust. Carpio, we appreciate every single word that you delivered. So I'm going to mention some names of some corporates, and I think it's very important that when I say it one by one, what should we all do? Maybe we should just, give like a whoop whoop, So we're just going to go one by one. If you know whoop whoop, it reveals your age because that's the time frame that I come from, Esther and the rest of the team, yeah. So we have FNB as platinum sponsor. Oh, thank you. Jeanette, I hear you. Yes, I hear you. Our silver sponsor, B2 Gold. Wait, where's B2 Gold, though? Looking all gold and beautiful. Ah, she's dressing with the colors. Thank you so much. We also have Old Mutual. Where is Old Mutual? There you are. Thank you. Let me look at the other logos. I didn't wear my glasses, and that doesn't reveal my age yet. I was going to zoom in on the piece of paper. Bank of Namibia. Jeanette, where's Gadambire Verde Muruga? Is he on his way? Oh, okay, all right. They are on their way. But in absentia, we also have MTC. Where are you? MTC, we got you in the beautiful furry jacket. Cran, Jairus, we go, we need to do that one for you. And last but not least, Gadila Amumu Lawyers. You, thank you. One huge round of applause for all the sponsors. It's important to recognize because without them, we would not be able to stand here at all. Did you make friends with everybody? Because the Journalist Award is going to walk away with $25,000. I'm just saying. And your other friends who walk away with awards will be $15,000 richer. I'm just saying. So if you didn't take time to network, Ogeto, Yana, just put off your phones if they see you winning the award. But it's not all about monetary value. It's about appreciation and also making that impact, as we've mentioned. Right on with the program. This next professor is very, very dear to my heart. We do red marks on papers and we do checks and proofreads. He is the HOD at the University of Namibia when it comes to communications and media. And his role was very, very difficult alongside other panelists. I don't think that I would be able to do that because of the quality that we've received this year. I'm informed that over 90 applications were received, but to give us more background, it's the prof that laughs louder than me. Prof. Akpabio, please come to the stage. It's all yours, Prof.
Okay, thank you, Ilka. I want to start by acknowledging the Honorable Bensel Kavaka, Deputy Minister ICT, Professor Guy Berger, who was our guest speaker this morning, the EFN Chairperson, Mr. Toivu Njebela, and the Deputy Esther Mbatera, the Media Ombudsman, Dr. Shedrack Shiomeka, and then, of course, we've been liaising with May Elizabeth Mule. She really helped us in our task. It gives me great pleasure to make a few remarks at this auspicious occasion in which we have gathered to honor the best and brightest in Namibian journalism. Thanks to the EFN for the trust reposed in the Adjudication Committee, comprising myself as the chair, along with Professor Sisanda Nkoala, University of Western Cape, and Dr. Ace Mabuazara, University of Glasgow. We had a total of 92 entries across the 9 categories. While some were one-page pictures, others were long read, as well as full-length videos that required the adjudicators to devote a lot of time to watch. The extension on the original deadline assisted greatly in helping us to go through and score all the entries. You can imagine there were a lot. Since 2 of the adjudicators are not based in Namibia, we settled for an online meeting after all the entries had been independently scored and averaged. So basically all the entries, all the judges gave me their entries, I put it in an Excel sheet, and then of course we're able to average. Where I've gone to some length to explain the methodology is to assure the winning entries that you have to satisfy 3 different adjudicators about the merits of your entry to be able to win. This is no easy endeavor, if you ask me. While we went about the task, we had, of course, a few reflections which we had shared with EFN, but also feel that some reflections for the winners, as well as those who submitted entries, is warranted. Like I pointed out, the winning entries are more than deserving for submission of quality work, which we are celebrating tonight. But there were some also entries which made one wonder why they were part of the package. Just interviewing a news personality stroke sports person is not good enough. Same goes for single source news stories as well as technical information that is not in the public domain that were not attributed. All in all, the entries showcase Namibia, held power to account, and cemented the public service role of journalism. Kudos to the EFN and the ladies and gentlemen of the press. I thank you.
I have to admit that Prof is also my supervisor, and I know when it comes to marking and grading, it's kind of tough. So I can agree if some didn't make it, it's not anything personal. It's just that those receiving the award, it's the creme de la creme. Is everybody still fine? It seems very nervous in the room. I think we're Toivo, I think we're anticipating, like, we're getting nervous. I can see the sweat on some foreheads. Some people are now fidgeting. The certificates are right there. Toivo, are you ready to do what you were rehearsing the whole week for? Please come to the fore. Toivo, while he comes to the front. Toivo, thank you. You can do so, Yana. And many times, you need to give flowers and praises when people are with you. Toivo, I don't want to, make you blush, no, but steering and, managing something of such a magnitude on behalf of all of us. I know the vote of thanks is coming, but you really deserve your flowers as the chairperson. Thank you.
She's so generous. Yeah. Good evening, colleagues. So good to see everybody tonight. It's not always that we congregate under one roof and have, as a matter of fact, when you find so many journalists under one roof, it's usually because there's either some bad news that they are following or something like that, and tonight is the exact opposite of that. So thank you for coming. Now, Honorable Wenzel Kavaka, the Deputy Minister of Information and Communication Technology, our dear friend, Professor Guy Berger, who continues to return to Namibia to share with us his deep wisdom on so many things. My brother who told me that I'm younger than him, Dr. Sadra Shiomeka, our media ombudsman. We must compare IDs and see. My good friend, Professor Akpabio, whom I was bothering a lot to see how far the process was of adjudication. God is my witness. I've never asked who is heading in what direction as far as the results were concerned. I only called him once, and he said, We are on track, Chairperson. Do not worry. Mr. Capio Minar, our main sponsor, of course, head of operations at FMB, our main sponsor, and representatives of our category sponsors. We have MTC, CRAN, Old Mutual, B2 Gold, Bank of Namibia, Kadila Momo Legal Practitioners, esteemed editors in the house, and perhaps more esteemed journalists, because this night belongs to you, so good evening. Yeah. So the first thing that I want to do is to apologize to journalists, because this event was originally slated for the first week of May, because we wanted to align it with World Press Freedom Day, which takes place usually on the 3rd of May, and we thought towards the end of that week, we can then have a proper week of festivities, Press Freedom Day first, and then later on the awards. But we did not have the resources. I must be transparent about that. And the events of 2024, where we had some categories winning the full amount because they were sponsored, and others getting only half or even less because there were no sponsors. You know, EFN had to dig in its own pocket, its non-existent pockets, to find those resources. And some of us found ourselves in the newspapers. No, I was treasurer. I was made treasurer. I don't know whether my colleagues set me up, because just weeks after I was forced to be treasurer, then I was told there's no money to pay categories. So that was not very kind. But we made a conscious decision that we will postpone as many times as necessary this year to make sure that every category is covered. And indeed, thanks to our sponsors, each category tonight is covered. Now, I just want to say that the work that you do, colleagues, the reporters that we send every day in the field, is so, so important. I don't think people understand actually the value of what we do. You know, you see a newspaper coming out every morning, you know, it's a formality now. It comes out every morning. It's like almost the sun guaranteed to rise every morning. When you see primetime news on television at 7 or 8 o'clock in the night, you know, it's guaranteed. Your job is to sit in front of the TV and enjoy watching whatever is happening in the country. That is not a result of just pressing some button and then voila, everything is there. There are men and women who sweat, who cry, and sometimes shed blood to bring that to your screen or radio waves or newspaper. So therefore, democracy, our democracy is, we are the feeder, probably the main feeder of our democracy, because our work is when we hold power to account. It's when we ask the difficult questions, risking our reputations, because there are people who don't want to be asked questions. They want to be praised. And you understand that now, my job goes beyond just that. Of course, when there's need to say thank you, you did a good job, do that. But where we are slacking as a country, let's point that out, and those with ears will listen and hear. So our democracy is, our job feeds into the democratic architecture of our country, and without democracy, you can't talk about peace and stability. When we didn't have democracy in this country, we did not have peace either, and we did not have stability. It was only after democracy was won that we have what we call now peace and stability. Tonight we are celebrating excellence because behind every award is a journalist who chose to ask one more question. verify one more fact, travel one more kilometer, or even spend one more sleepless night in pursuit of truth. The awards tonight honor not only outstanding stories, but also the values that make journalism indispensable: accuracy, courage, fairness, integrity. Because if you do not do your work within the confines of those four elements, then you are not winning an award tonight. I think I must also just state here that our job, while it's so demanding, it is also very, very dangerous. There's a lot of you that have gone to difficult places, whether it's a scene, an accident scene where the gruesome scene and pictures are just really bad. Some years ago, there was this big accident, probably one of the worst in our country's history. It must have been 2013, roundabout, when that plane, ill-fated plane flying from Maputo, Mozambique, to Angola, crashed in the Babwata National Park. And journalists in Windhoek had to be sent. I mean, my employer at the time chartered a plane to fly our news crew to Rundu, and then from Rundu they were driven to Babwata by the police. And the reporter that we sent couldn't hold it together. She was throwing up, she was crying, it was just so bad. So never ever let anyone tell you that our work is some sort of just formality. We go the extra mile to deliver the very best to the Namibian audience. To our sponsors, we extend our sincere gratitude to every one of you. Because of your generosity tonight, we were able to host this event. Again, I repeat, the reason why we couldn't have it in May is because we did not have you on board. But as soon as we ticked all the boxes, everybody came on board, we were able to do this. So it is strictly because of you that we are able to host this event tonight. So thank you very much. I also appreciate that, I just want to state it on record, that none of these sponsors, because I contacted each and every single one of them myself to solicit this support. Not a single one of them said, we will support you provided that you do this in return. Not a single one of them, not FMB, who's giving us $250,000, has asked for anything in return. So they understand the value of the work that you do. They value that you do. They value what you do. And therefore, to the winners tonight, in conclusion, there is a sponsor on what you are going to get tonight. There is a name of the sponsor for your award category. You have MTC there, you have Bank of Namibia, you have Kadila Momo. And that is not to say that you must now become empathetic and sympathetic with the sponsor. These are institutions of integrity, I can tell you that. They have battled with us over the years. We fight, we laugh together when it's time to laugh. They will not do anything to you, so they'll just give you your money. That's it. Therefore, journalists, the greatest compliment that we can pay back our sponsors is to continue reporting fairly, truthfully, and independently, even when the story concerns those who support us. If you do that, as long as you do it fairly and truthfully and independently, they will continue to support us. There's no question about that. My closing remark is to say that tonight we celebrate more than award winners. We celebrate a profession that gives voice to the voiceless, holds power to account, preserves our nation's memory, and perhaps very importantly, preserves our democracy. Those who, for me, I know what the good professor said, that they questioned how some of the stories were even contemplated to enter the race. But for me, Professor, I think that if a journalist go through their work and they think this was outstanding from my perspective, they are winners in their small way. So tonight there are no losers. It's just that somebody else did one thing or two more better than you, and that is a lesson for us to do even better next time. Thank you. Enjoy your night. My MC just said I must go back and do my job properly. Now I have the singular honor, ladies and gentlemen, to invite a man who wears two hats so fittingly. One as the Deputy Minister of Information and Communication Technology. He's pretty new in the portfolio, but he's been attending to our events, he's been coming, he's been asking questions, he's keen to know everybody and what we do. He wants to understand the intricacies of what we do. That is his one head. His other head is that he's also the councillor, constituency councillor of Oshombinde. Is that Oshombinde? Yes, in the Omaheke region. So if you think you can kill two birds with one stone, I don't think anyone can do better than the one and only Honorable Wenzel Kavaka. Honorable, please come to the stage.
Thank you very much, Toigo, Chairperson of the Editors Forum of Namibia. You know, when we had the World Press Freedom Day, I was informed there that Namibia now, when it comes to press freedom, we are second in Africa. And that is not our favorable position. Our favorable position should be number one. So we have to do everything to get to number one. If we have to make the environment conducive, we have to make the environment conducive so that we can take back our number one spot, because number two is not favorable for us, it's not in our vocabulary. Director of Proceeding, Director of Ceremony, former South Africa National Editors Forum, Deputy Chairperson Professor Guy Becker, Master Carpio Mina, Head of Operation and Main Sponsor, which is FNB Namibia. I acknowledge the representative from the following sponsors: MTC, Crane, Old Mutual, B2 Gold, Bank of Namibia, Kavila Amomo, Legal Practitioners, and Poya Media. And Prof. Eno Akobia, Chairperson of the Award Adjudication Committee, Media Ombudsman, Dr. Satrak Chihomeka, editors, media practitioners, distinguished guests, sponsors, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It is a privilege to join you as we celebrate excellence in Namibia journalism. Those awards recognize more than exceptional reporting. They honor the courage, professionalism, and public service that define quality journalism. Allow me to congratulate every nominee and winner. Your work informs our nation, strengthens public debate, and help shape a more accountable society. I extend a sincere appreciation to the sponsor whose support has made this celebration possible. Your investment in journalism is an investment in democracy, because we were just informed now that media, they are the leading figure in democracy. At the same time, the greatest value of this support lies in preserving the independence of the journalist who works in is being recognized here tonight. The credibility of those awards depend on that principle remaining sacred. Ladies and gentlemen, the theme, shaping our next chapter for viability, could not be more timely. A media house that cannot sustain itself financially cannot fully safeguard its editorial independence. Financial sustainability and editorial independence are not opposing objectives. They depend on one another. Please, journalists, you have been informed here that you must not fear even the sponsors. Don't fear even the government. There is a say that says, there is a say that says that you cannot bite a hand that feeds you. But for us to sustain, to sustain our democracy, we were informed that the media are the one that are doing that. Without viable media institution, independence becomes increasingly difficult to defend. Independent journalism remain one of the democratic strongest pillars. Democracy are not sustained by election alone. They require informed citizens who have access to verified information, diverse perspective, and fearless reporting. Journalism shines a light where others prefer darkness. It exposes wrongdoing, scrutinizes those in authority, and gives voice to community that might otherwise be overlooked. Today, however, one of the greatest challenges facing journalism is not censorship alone. It is economy fragility. Across the world, traditional business models are under enormous pressure. Advertising revenue has shifted to global digital platform, while the cost of producing credible journalism continue to rise. If independent journalism becomes unsustainable, the space it leaves behind will quickly be occupied by misinformation, disinformation, and content that value clicks over truth. This reality demands innovation. The future belongs to the media, organizations that embrace digital transformation while remaining anchored in the timeless principle of accuracy, fairness, and integrity. New revenue stream, whether through subscription, event, strategic partnership, responsible branded content, or other innovative model, must be explored without compromising editorial ethics. The future may also require greater collaboration across the industry as media's organizations confront shared challenges. Above all, trust must remain journalism's greatest asset. When Carpio was here, he said that when he was asked by the director of proceeding, what is it that FNB, what is the sentence that FNB should say? The answer was just one word. It was not a sentence, trust. In an era shaped by artificial intelligence and overwhelming flood of online content, Credibility is what distinguishes journalism from mere information. Accuracy and ethics reporting are no longer only professional obligation, they are essential to the long-term sustainability of the industry. People will only support journalism they believe. As government, we recognize the important role of a free, professional and responsible media in Namibia's democratic journey. A thriving media sector contributes not only to good governance, but also to national development, social cohesion, and informed public participation. As we honor tonight winner, let us also recommit ourselves to ensuring that future generations inherit a media industry that is both independent and sustainable. Congratulations once again to all those finalists and winners. May your work continue to inspire confidence, strengthen our democracy, and serve the people of Namibia with distinction. I thank you.
Okay, the time has finally arrived. Honorable, I think that was the last speech before we get to the juicy part of the program. I'm going to just give the following instructions. So this is how it's going to happen for the award ceremony part of the show. I will announce the name of the corporate who is sponsoring it. I will announce the name of the person that was given prior to the event. If there's a different change of a representative, please, we will not rebaptize you. It's just the names that have come prior. The person handing over the award will announce the nominees, which will be behind me on the right-hand side. And then after that, the beautiful certificates, Gerald, are you on standby? The beautiful certificates will be handed over, and they, the sponsor, will read the name of the winner. Are we ready? I don't like this feeling. Guys, the Music Awards is back. Did you read? Toivo is back, and the winner is... So without further ado, I think for the first category, and while I announce the name of the person to come on stage, please come while I give a brief background of what the category is. And Mr. DJ, there was a Oberishe request. There was some Damara Punch requested while they come up. And then I don't think any Amapiano was requested. We're two, oh, just one. Okay, only one Amapiano. Okay. All right. Mr. DJ, are you on standby? So for the first award for the evening, Gerald, are you ready with the certificates? Okay, are we ready? I think I'm more excited than anyone else. So for the first category, I would like to call upon the stage. Please do stand at the branding because sponsors do want some recognition too. Stand right in front of the wall banner when we do call your name. F&B, Carpio, Minar, please come to stage while we play the nice music in the background, getting us ready. So this is for the EFN Fraud and Cybercrime Transparency Journalism Award for a balanced, ethical, and accurate news story or feature that enhances public understanding of fraud, cybercrime, and broader fight against financial and digital crime. Please announce the nominees.
The
Carpio.
nominees are Maria Kalusha, the Land Scammers article, and then Ilyasir Ndeyanale and Timo Shiepo. The winner for the Fraud and Cybercrime Transparency Award 2026, Maria.
All right, give that $1 million smile. Thank you. Ooh, your money. Maria, your money. Oh, okay. I thought it was the check. moving on swiftly. Remember, yeah, there are 9 categories, so 8 more to go. This one, may I please call to the 4th sponsor, Bank of Namibia. Kadembire Vederamburuka, are you here? Is there a representative? I didn't see you. Any representative of the Bank of Namibia? Any representative? Stand up proud. Going once, going twice. We will announce that just before the Journalist of the Year award. We'll double check again. Let's move on to the next certificate. Please, let's not give the incorrect award titles. We're gonna go to the 3rd category. May I please call upon, that's Gerald Jor. You also serve as the executive committee to hand over this one. This category is EFN Agriculture, Fisheries and Environmental Journalism Award. So for an exceptional news story or feature focusing on an agricultural, fisheries, or environmental issue of great public interest. Please go ahead, Gerald.
And the nominees are Tracy Tarefenyika, Othniel Mbapu, and we've got another nominee, Jana Smith. And here we have a double winner. Tracy Tafidika and Jana Smith.